Violence and the supernatural. The fictional world of Rifts is violent, deadly, and filled with supernatural monsters. Other dimensional beings, often referred to as demons, torment, stalk, and prey on humans. Other life forms, monsters, and gods and demigods, as well as magic, insanity, and war are all elements of this game. Some parents may find the violence and supernatural elements of this game inappropriate for younger players. Parental discretion is advised. Hi. So, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Rifts, the world ended 300 years ago, approximately. Magic erupted, destroying the world, and now humanity is starting to rebuild amongst the dragons, aliens, high technology, high magic, the everything that assaulted the planet at once. Humans are finally starting to rebuild, as well as welcome in new groups and make their way through a world that has gotten stranger and stranger. So let's go around and say our names, and then who give us the 2-cent description of your character. So let me look at the overlay real quick, see what order we're in, because that always makes my brain happy. All right, let's start with Evan.
Hello, I am Evan. I'm going to be playing Krogahel Kid. He is a blacksmith who is on a mission. Blacksmith who's not at a forge because he's out doing stuff on a mission.
All right. And Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle. I'm playing Freya, who is basically a spy, sort of. And she's technically Nightbane, but she doesn't know that term because her other form is Rohan, this 8-foot-tall, scaled, winged, angel, alien, demon creature.
Cool. All right. Ting.
Hi, I'm Ting, and I'll be playing Greeks, a goblin-looking person from another planet that's far from home.
All right. And Nerdy.
Hi, I'm Nerdy. I'll be playing Peppermint. She is basically a folk witch.
Nice. And joining us in the future will be Maxine playing. Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name.
Jada.
Jada. That's it.
The Jeddah? Isn't it Jeddah?
Jada. Okay.
Jada. So, we're going to open You are all on a in a bar. It is an old-fashioned tavern saloon. There is a player piano, there are wooden tables, there is an enormous bar with a giant mirror behind it, bottles of all sorts at the bar. Tending the bar is a brown-skinned elf with pointy ears, scowling at. Let's go with is scowling at Greeks. Greeks, what do you look like? As this elf scours at you.
Uh, Greeks is 4 foot tall. Uh, they look like a goblin, like typical fantasy goblin, and they're wearing a brown bomber jacket, uh, aviator sunglasses, and purple bike shorts. And they have webbed feet and with no shoes on.
The bartender scowls down at you. I'm telling you, we don't have that here.
But Greeks want something to drink, and you gave me water. This nothing. This tastes like piss.
Well, ask for something we got next time. I don't know what weight alcohol you want. Since when does that matter? Come in asking for synthetic? I don't know what synthetic what.
Synthetic did. And Greeks will hold up a empty can of uh, old empty can of WD-40.
I mean, you know what? Actually, might have something for you. Jody, go get my tools from the back. Another brown-skinned elf with long brown hair goes bounding off into the back and comes back. He pulls just basically clank right onto the bar, pulls out a tool chest, pulls out a can of WD-40. He's like, 3 credits.
Okay.
All right.
Greeks takes it.
Do you want the straw? He says as he puts it right into the tip of the WD-40.
Greeks takes a straw.
All right. Meanwhile, in the background, there is a player piano playing softly by itself with basically an illusion pretending to play it, but it's a poorly programmed illusion, so it's basically just going like this as the music comes out. The entire bar shakes occasionally, but no one seems alarmed by it. Evan, what does the kid look like?
So, kid is about. He looks like a just an average human, kind of broad-shouldered, but not like big or bulky. Um, he is kind of pale, skin a little bit, like he doesn't get a lot of sun. Um, and he's only about 5'3", so he's a very short human. Um, and he is wearing a like blacksmith's leather apron with a couple of tools on it. He has a welding mask kind of deal that's like flipped up so that he can see, walk around. He has a red, it looks like some cloth that's like bright red tied around his right arm, and he is holding a big fuck off hammer, like a big blacksmith's hammer, but the handle is very long. Um, and he has embroidered both on this leather apron and as well like etched into the hammer a sort of symbol that is like a flower with fire coming out of it. um, and yeah, other than that, he's like a little dirty, you know what I mean, with like soot and stuff. Oh, and he has a big some like thick gloves, like leather gloves, and a big sort of metal piece on his left hand, uh, that looks like it's like some sort of very large vambrace or something.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, and a big honking metal like shoulder. and metal on the edges of his boots and the bottom of his boots, like big clunky metal. So when he walks, it's like chkonk, 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 chkonk. You know what I mean?
It's hard to miss.
Yeah, he's hard to miss. He's short, but he's like got big fat metal shoulder piece with like bolts coming out of it and metal on his boots that is thick and loud.
Gotcha. Where in this bar would he be?
I think he would probably like just be walking in. He wouldn't frequent the bar for anything other than like food. So what is it, like breakfast time or lunchtime?
It's about midday.
Okay, so but he's in there probably to look for information. Is that me blipping off? Do you guys hear that?
That's someone's Discord. If you
Oh,
put
okay.
yourself on Do Not Disturb, it'll probably stop the notifications.
I'm just gonna quit Discord. How's that?
Potentially
Get
good.
out of here, Discord. All right, so hopefully
But
that
yeah,
works.
so you walk into the bar, and a couple of people turn and look at you. A big, what looks like a human, but enormously jacked shoulders, wearing the tightest coat you've ever seen on a human. Kind of showing off underneath the coat. They've got a tube system running around their arms. They seem to be somewhat comically oversized for a human. Kind of looks up at you, kind of scowls a little.
I just I just look back and nod and then keep going. I'm I'm looking for someone here. I think someone here's got information that I need.
Gotcha.
Um,
All right. We zoom over to the corner, the dark corner, where you can get a good view of most of the rest of what's going on in this room. That's where I'm going to put Freya. What does Freya look like?
Freya has a face that is pleasant, but once you look away, you'll forget because it's nothing remarkable. She's 5'9", average build. She wears a black trench coat, kind of like Trinity from The Matrix, but not as shiny or as flowy. Black pants with some pockets, some boots, gray shirt. Nothing remarkable there.
Yeah, she's not like overly armed or anything.
No, just
Yeah.
light MDC. Nothing to see here.
Yep. As you sit in the bar, you're waiting on this train. You were headed towards a town that you kind of felt drawn towards. The train. Oh, I'm sorry. The entire place shakes again a little bit, and a man walks in the side door and goes, "Tickets, tickets." You miss. And he says this to a young woman sitting right next to the door he came through. That is going to be Peppermint. What does Peppermint look like?
Peppermint is kind of a plain, average-looking human, but she's really long hair that she pulls up into a large like bun on her head, and she uses just like whatever she can find, sticks, bones, whatever, to hold it into place. She's wearing a lot of brown and earthy colors. She has like some ribbons and stuff in her hair as well that are like a green, like long skirt. Kind of pretty unassuming.
I was gonna say, if you want to put these pictures in Maxine's box, if you have them, so that people can see. We art for the stream was done by Evan and colored by Maxine. Thank you very much for that.
Problem.
And all right. So he comes through. You present your ticket. He pulls out a little handheld scanner, scans your ticket. You've already got tickets. As he makes his way through the car, the place jiggles a little bit, and what looks to be an enormous tavern for a very brief second feels a little bit smaller, as it is suddenly the dining car of a train, and then just right back to an enormous tavern.
Like it changed for a second.
Like the thing hit a bump, and then it changed for a second and is now back to being a full tavern.
The kid just kind of shakes it off. All right, weird.
Kid, you were told to look for a young woman in black. It was hard to identify her because her features were generic, but
I have a feeling he's probably looking at a little piece of paper that like has like like the description or the instructions of this person, and then just kind of like looking around and like looking at the little. He seems kind of lost as he's just sort of looking at the big guy with muscly shoulders.
that guy stopped looking at you.
Looking at the no, not the green thing at the bar. No, it's looking around.
Freya makes a signal to the bartender.
The bartender, the waitress comes over and he says, "Yes."
The clunky boy, he needs to come back here.
Oh, okay. I'll let him know. You want a refill, hon?
I'm good right now. Thank you.
Okay. Just been nursing it a while. Okay. And the waitress walks over to Kid, says, "Hi, hon. Can I get you something to drink or eat?"
Um, no, I'm actually looking for somebody.
Oh well.
It just says normal looking woman in black.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, but if you wanted something to eat or drink, that might help remind me.
I don't understand how that's gonna help you remember.
So what I want you to do is buy a drink.
Oh, all right. I'll take a Coke, I guess. Or can I say that?
this is-
Soda.
yeah.
Whatever.
It's not copy like
Oh, okay.
future. We spell it differently or something. Who cares? All right. She goes, "All right, hon. I'll get you a pop.
Okay. Thank
That'll
you.
be 6 credits.
That's an okay.
It's really expensive.
Is it? All right. Is it really good soda though?
It is fountain Coke, which is good in my opinion.
That is pretty good.
Yeah. And then she points you over towards the corner where Freya is sitting.
Oh, there she is.
As that happens, next to Peppermint, you're sitting in kind of the other side of the bar, so you can kind of see everybody as well. Next to you is a short Hispanic woman who just seems a little on edge. She is carrying. She's not carrying a lot. She's wearing kind of a. She's in her early 30s, you'd guess. She's wearing like a crop top and a black sleeveless vest. Calling it a vest means it's already sleeveless. I was going to say sleeveless jacket, but that's just a vest. This is the verbal magic that I bring to games. And she seems to be very intent. And the thing rocks, she knocks into you a little bit and apologizes in Spanish.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. No trouble.
Yeah. So, let's go back to Kid. You're approaching Freya. Let's see what happens there real quick.
Would there have been like another name that I would have known to call you by, or does she go by Freya?
You probably would have been told to look for Rhodes.
Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi. Are you Rhodes?
Yes. Have a seat.
Oh, all right. Sit down. Hi. I'm Krogale Kid. You just call me Kid. And I was told that maybe you'd be able to help me out. I know that you're in contact with somebody who's I've heard a really good. I don't know if I'd call it a mercenary. I don't know, somebody who's been around a while and seen a lot of stuff.
Yes. I have seen a few things, and Rohan has seen more.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I was wondering if maybe you could help me. I'm looking for somebody. 2 people. One is a man named Zarian, and he's a warrior. He wears armor and has a sword. The sword.
So
This
we
yeah.
didn't talk about this, but I think the sword is made of like cobalt, like a blue metal sword,
Oh, dope.
like a metal that shouldn't be used for swords.
Yeah, I like that. And I definitely think I'm thinking like it definitely has my stamp on it, like the
It
lotus or the
doesn't,
fire.
because this was his. It was his
Oh,
parents.
ooh, that's even cooler. Oh, that's sick. We got to think of like a cool emblem that they would have. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So you would know him because he has a sword, but it's made of cobalt. It's blue. It's rare for a sword. Um, Very skilled. He would definitely, most likely, be going by the name Zarian. I don't think he would change his name. Um, and he's possibly traveling with a young woman named Wenra. Um, she's very adept with magic, a very kind person, beautiful. Um, does this ring a bell? Have you heard of this? He's a really accomplished fighter, and she's a really accomplished mage. So I feel like maybe like people would talk or something.
You haven't heard of anyone like that. You haven't experienced him. You have been around, but a blue sword could mean an energy sword. But if it's a metal sword, that's different. That is incredibly rare that you can think of. But uh, give me a roll of intelligence, the intelligence skill. So, the way skills work in Rifts is everyone has a percentile for the skills. For many skills, there are so many skills,
Uh,
and you have to roll on a d100 under your skill number.
I rolled a 63 and my intelligence is a 42. So
Okay, so you definitely like you don't think there's any mercenary group that operates with swords like that, or any you haven't heard any stories of like wandering paladins who go through towns with a sword like that.
oh, sometimes not knowing things is just as important as knowing things. In my circles, I have not come across anyone like that. So, they're not in some sort of nefarious group of mercenaries or anything like that.
okay. Okay.
And I have not heard any of that on any sort of like, let's just call them prison trades. So I suppose that is good news in a way.
All right.
In that silence, the entire train shakes very abruptly. You hear an explosion.
Whoa. Where?
It sounded like it came from further up the train. You see the conductor just running towards the front. Then the entire train. We zoom out and we see the entire train. The entire train is a. It is called the lightning. It is a lightning horse, is the type of train. It is a magical train that floats on a ley line from place to place. Its face is shaped like a demon, and it runs on a magical engine,
Well, okay. Is
going
it
from place to
alive?
place.
Is the train alive, or its face is just shaped like a demon?
Its face is
For
shaped like a
fun.
demon.
For reasons. Those reasons are unknown.
This one is called this individual train. They all have different names. Is um Finnegan's Revenge.
Fucking awesome. Like a ship.
Yeah.
Huh.
Uh, the brief story that is in the little pamphlet in the back of every seat says Finnegan would like everyone to know that his second grade teacher said he would never make anything of himself. All right. So the entire thing comes rocking to a halt. Something breaks. The bartender looks panicked and grabs underneath the bar for clearly what is a weapon, but isn't like pointing it at anyone. The uh, it's just in a clearly when it's like when you see the staff panic, that means it's real, kind of.
Yeah.
Um, So everyone on the train gets very tense all of a sudden. There's a couple other people in this room. There's an enormous explosion from the front, followed by a second explosion, and then a third, and then a roar.
In the front, as in like the next car, or like
You're
on the
about two
train?
cars back.
Are there people up in there?
There are some people in the car right behind the engine. Yes,
Like,
they
what
all
do you-
seem extremely scared. Yeah, there's about 40 passengers on the train total. About 25 of them would be in that car. The car is
wanna-
carrying a lot of cargo. This train.
Okay, I want to open up the door and try to get people into the dining car and start getting to the like away from the explosions.
Now
I'm gonna
the
throw
train
down my welding mask.
suddenly kind of pitches forward
Oh fuck!
because it was suspended about 100 feet in the air.
Oh, it's also flying.
Yes.
It's also flying. Okay, so this train is going a billion miles an hour in the air and has a demon's face, and now
So-
it's in front of. Okay, I love this. All right.
Give me everyone. Give me any kind of role you can think of. There's acrobatics, back like sense of balance. If
Juggling.
you don't have those, juggling will not apply.
I don't
If
know.
you don't have those, you can give me a roll to fall with impact, or a roll to, you know what it is. It's on there somewhere. What is it? Roll with impact. Yeah.
There it is.
I don't know if any of my shit will help me.
Let's see. I got sense of
+6.
balance.
Yeah. Some people have the skill that gives them sense of balance, like acrobatics and gymnastics.
Roll
But
with
I don't
impact.
believe the kid is very acrobatic or gymnastic.
No. So for roll with impact, I roll a d20 and then add my roll with impact number. Correct?
Yes.
Dig it.
Freya rolls sense
Not
of
great.
balance and gets a 6. So
Okay,
she
Freya?
just
Freya's just basically standing on the seat as the train tips, keeping her balance, as the chair that the kid is in starts to slide.
I got a 10.
Oh no, you had
Total?
gotten up to move. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like going over to the door, like there's people in there, and then I rolled a 10, so I don't know what that means. Probably not great.
10 isn't bad, but it wasn't enough, so you hit the ground.
Fuck.
Greeks, what did you get?
Greeks got a 18.
All right, Greeks, you
You're doing a dance.
you can grab onto the bar to kind of like avoid falling with your
Does Greek sense anything with the train? Are the explosions caused by malfunction or something else?
the train is a technomagic device, meaning it's kind of a little strange to you.
Okay.
Like you know there's technology involved, and a lot of that technology just ran screeching to a halt like the power supply got ripped out.
Hmm.
But you can't really tell any more than that because there's a level of magic involved, and who knows what the hell that does.
Ah.
Peppermint,
Okay, so I'm just rolling a d10,
the D20,
d20.
and then adding if you scroll down, you'll see bonuses
Yep, I see it.
and roll with impact.
It's been a while since I played this one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't
8.
8, not great. So you also are thrown flat. The woman next to you is similar to Freya, just like stands up in the nick of time, but doesn't seem to have taken her eyes off Freya until she notices that you notice that. The train rams down. People scream, and then it lands on the ground somewhat on its side. It's at an angle. The bar car doors are opened. The front of the car in front of you seems to be... It's fine, but people seem to be running out of that car.
Are we? They're running like towards the back of the train, or
They're running towards
front
the
of train?
back of the train.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That tracks. Okay.
You hear another massive explosion and then a second roar, which is distinctly different from the first. Like two different dogs barking. That's not the roar sound, but that's the distinction between the two.
Is there any way to look outside and up?
You will have to get out of the car, which you can easily do. You punch out the side of the thing. The big, massive guy just like pulls the side of the thing open, and as he gets out, a wave of fire just runs right across him, and he is horribly burned. He's still alive, but like the front of him is badly scarred with some kind of fire that just rained down from above onto him.
Should have looked first. Uh,
You idiot! You just walked out the. Look
No.
both ways.
Normally he's very fast, but this was completely by surprise.
Yeah, jet engines. Yikes!
Kid, you are actually moved up one car, and now that it's settled,
Did
you
I
can
get
see
thrown through the?
you get thrown further into the first car.
Cool.
In
Yeah,
front of
closer
you
towards the explosions, I guess.
is a door, and you can hear a lot of yelling, and you can see some blood on the window of the door in front of you.
Oh, fuck that. I'm gonna rip this door open and try to, and I'm just gonna be like, is anyone there? Hello? And I'm gonna try to, like, get it out to try to get people into the dining car and
Now-
away from the meat grinder that's
The
on fire.
engineer's train, yeah, or the engineer's compartment of the train.
Yeah.
As you pull it open, you see a big red face look over at you. The face seems like it's bending down, and a red claw comes and pulls the engineer out from in front of you. A giant demon is standing there.
A demon? Demon? Like a demon.
A demon. Do you know anything about demons? Would you like to see if you can roll for that?
I super don't think I do. Nope, I don't see that in any of my
Okay,
skills.
it's completely some kind of big red demon thing.
Like, he probably knows what a demon is,
Yeah.
just like the way Evan knows what a demon is, but most certainly I don't know their inner workings or the machinations of their minds. So.
It pulls its head out of the thing after it pulls the guy out, and you hear screaming, and then you see, lodged in the console, just jammed through the control system, which is some kind of weird magic technological control system,
Yeah, I don't understand that.
is a blue sword.
No fucking way.
At that point, everybody in the back of the car, who's doing what? Peppermint, what are you up to? I take it you're not just gonna sit there.
No. The guy. I guess she'll go to the guy who got burned first
Mm-hmm.
and try to help him. If she can.
Okay. How would you like to? You have several options.
I do. Let's Can I assess how bad he is? With
Give
just,
me any of your medical style rolls.
Okay. Let's see, 24, and I have
24.
a 50 in holistic medicine.
Yeah, you're good. So he is badly burned. He is not apparently an MDC being. He just has literally massive amounts of SDC. This guy is a juicer. They're used to putting up with a lot of damage, but clearly this guy wasn't ready for a fight, and especially not for a demonic hellfire ball to the face. His harness is connected to him, like surgically grafted onto him to pump the drugs that make him powerful, but steal decades of his life from him. And the harness is moving. The harness is pumping still, but you can tell it's like burned, broken, and the blistering on his face needs some kind of treatment.
Okay. I will start treating those as best I can with the holistic medicine.
Gotcha. You ask for, you reach out and demand, I believe, when you have a burn, you don't stick a rag on it because that's a terrible idea. Because
You pee on it.
No. You have a salve made of herbs and stuff that you have expertly put together. You have a burn salve. As you start applying that, Greeks, you can feel the train is ground to a halt. Now, your special vehicle is about 2 cars back in the vehicle's car. Basically, if you have a special vehicle, and if any of you came with a vehicle, it is in, or a horse, it is in that compartment about 2 cars back from here.
The
You can
Greeks
hear
is
there's about 8 cars, and you can hear explosions from the back, but they're not as big as the ones up front.
Greeks is heading back to the vehicle's cart.
It's a little rough going. Do you have any way of getting around and through people real quick? Do you have any special skills for that? I forget, to be honest. I don't think you
Not
do.
really. I'm just small and fast.
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
So it takes you a little bit, but you do get back to the compartment. It is securely locked, as it is a secure compartment where they don't want, people coming in and messing with your stuff. You do not have the keys to this lock.
Is it a mechanical lock or
It is an electronic lock. A very advanced one, but it is not magical. Trying to remember. There is a specific lockpicking and skill. However, if you don't have that, you do have your psychics, I believe.
Yeah. Trying to see if in the equipment there is some sort of
auto lockpicker.
Or just handheld computer. Can I use that to
absolutely
hack it?
Yes. You pull out. You definitely have basically a tablet. It can be comically large or comically small. It's up to you. Or normal, like proportional.
Yeah, it's. I'll say it's comically large compared to Greeks' size.
Gotcha.
It's just like stuffed in the back of their jacket.
All right, so they pull it out of their jacket and they attach the clips to the maglock. And you, do you use anything beyond? Do you want to try to hack it using some kind of hacking skills or some kind of special powers?
Hacking first.
All right.
Hacking skill.
Is it not on here? No, I don't know. Trying to remember how you do that. Do you know what your number should be, or let me just double check. Skyscape. I'll just peek in Skyscape.
Are you good at hacking?
The thing is, when you have multiple ways to do a thing, sometimes it gets messed up on how you do it. I guess I could just look in the index, but
the stuff I'm pretty good at, I'm like 70 or 50 at. It looks like at our starting level.
Yeah, but this is a little different.
Okay.
You know what? You could hit me with a computer operations at a -10.
Okay. Got a 49.
All right. That should, on what's your number for computer ops?
74.
Awesome. So
you 64,
but you go through the basic, you boot up the unlocking program that you created a while back. That this one goes through, it cycles through. Is it this kind of lock? No. Is it this kind of lock? No. Is it this kind of lock? Yes. Okay, run this program. And the door pops open. Inside you see a number of, you see what looks to be a stolen and rebuilt coalition like officials car with like the death plate. The coalition or giant evil group that loves skull imagery, and they have basically like little. I always think of them like the Volkswagen Bugs, except a little bit bigger and hovering, with skulls on the front.
Okay.
This one, the skull has been pried off, and a giant flower decal has been applied. Behind that is a rocket cycle. You also see just like the most beat up hovercraft you've ever seen in your life. It looks like this thing could fall apart if you kicked it wrong. And then you see just like the calmest horse in the world.
In the middle of a train that's being pulled apart, and the horse is just like, ugh, Mondays.
Yeah,
Pain in
it is
my
clearly
ass.
moving into living animal, but it does seem to be strangely calm. And then you see your special vehicle. Would you like to describe it?
Yeah, so it's I'll have the page open.
I forget where it was. Say the horse just makes a kind of weird sound for a horse, but it's still a horse. So I recently lost a hard drive, and I knew where all the books were on that hard drive. So now I don't know where any of the books are.
Oh no,
It's fine.
that's rough.
It's okay. Northern Gun 2. Let's see. I forget what it was again. Or would you like me to
It was the
describe it
Wave-
once I
yeah,
find it?
Wave Rider.
Wave Rider.
Wasn't that a Nintendo 64 game? Wave Runner. Wave Runner. I love that
there
game.
it is. Or was it the officially called, the model was called the Wind Shark, I believe. Scroll up. There it is. So basically, it's like a hovercraft with a jet engine, except it's also a pod. Originally, this thing is designed to become a submersible unit. However, you have customized it for yourself. Instead of being a pilot's compartment with a comfortable seat full of air, this one's full of water. You basically open it from a distance and can jump in. Now you'll need to blow a hole in the side of the thing, in the side of the train, to get out, because the doors have not been opened, unless you want to try to hack the doors as well.
Nah, Greeks will just blow it. Blow it up.
Right. You set a wave of turret fire from your ion cannons into the wall, melting, bursting through part of it. The horse actually rears back a bit at that. And you can see outside there is a giant demon at one end of the train. And then there is, towards the other end of the train, looks like a bunch of insect-looking people and black kind of armor chitin, but they're moving weird. They only have, like, they have 2 legs and 2 arms, but they're moving more like quadrupeds as they start breaking apart parts of the cargo compartment. All right. In the cabin with the what is it called? Not a mess car.
The dining car?
The dining car. In the dining car
The Yum
slash
Yum
tavern.
car.
It is not called the Yum Yum car.
The Yum Yum car.
No. This
You
is
call it
not. This,
Yum
you're
Yum
not going to Candy Mountain.
You don't know. This is Rips. We could be going there.
You could be going to
Yeah.
Candy Mountain. I
Can
know
you
where
please-
Candy Mountain is.
Okay, I was gonna say, can you please make sure that is now a real place?
You have not earned Candy Mountain.
You can't handle Candy Mountain.
Candy Mountain's a rough town. Um,
The name is deceptive.
you can see in the main car, you can see that the security staff has started firing. You see a gunslinger just go diving out of the car with guns blazing, kind of drawing a fireball from from a demon that seems to be, as you look up, you see claws come through the roof a little bit. You can see that there is some kind of massive demon on top of this car. The gunslinger dive rolls out, seems to be a little quicker than you expected, and just releases a hail of gunfire up at the demon before just getting a wave of fire washing over them. From the inside of the car, you can see basically boots left behind.
Oof. Harkins. No.
It was definitely not Harkins.
He wouldn't have died from that. Is the train still, like, going?
No, the train is ground to a complete
Oh,
stop.
dang, okay. I thought it was, like, just grinding along its side while, like, all this craziness was happening.
No, because the engines are now standing on top of the car and trying to brake and eating the conductor. So.
Oh, that makes sense.
So,
Why would they power a train with demons? Why would they do it?
why would they not?
Well, that seems like you're asking for literally exactly what's happening right now. Like, I would say trouble, but like that doesn't even begin to describe it. What does your car run on? Demons. Why? Why would you do it?
Why not?
Again, like, nuclear power would be better than that.
It'll be fine until it's not.
We just have
Freya.
to make sure nothing goes wrong.
Yeah. Freya, what are you doing?
Freya wants to take the moment to, she sees the, peppermint, there's no, taking care of the guy who didn't look first and all the other things. And she wants to slip away. And
All right, give me a prowl. Give me a prowl to dodge out of this car, basically.
It's like Clark Kent trying to find a phone booth.
I got a 66.
What's your prowl?
45.
Okay, so you are actually going to take an attack of a small... you are going to catch a tail attack from this demon. I should have pulled that book, but I don't have that book next to me. Give me one moment. So go ahead and roll a dodge. I'll give you a full dodge for free.
Okay, what is my plus to dodge? Oh, I got a plus to dodge. That's a 10.
A 10. That's actually enough. As I rolled a natural 2, and in this system, rolling 1 through 5 or 1 through 4 on the dice, we'll say, is an automatic miss. If you roll under 5, it's just a miss. And this demon's tail, as it slashes down with a... does it have a... You can see the demon for the first time. Do you have any lore, demon, and monsters?
No, I just have... Yeah.
Okay.
Nope.
Then I'm not going to tell you what it is. Though I do have to find it in the book. Nope. Come on. I don't think it gets its own page. I keep not going to the index immediately. This is a mistake. So
Or what the kind
indexes
of
and table of contents are useful because it will tell me what page I just need to look at.
Are different demons weak to like different stuff?
Yes,
Oh,
it's a
shit.
pain in the ass for people trying to fight them who don't have research.
Yeah, because we don't know shit about them.
All right, that's the page I want. There we go. I was about 4 pages off. All right, there it is. You see a just gigantic, let's see, what is it? 30-foot tall demon? Oh no, 14-foot tall demon. I'm sorry. Massive red wings, red face, howling, breathing fire. It is now holding in its hand a whip of fire, but it lashed out with a tail and missed you as you roll underneath the train effectively. It is, in fact, a Balrog, but you don't know that.
Hey, Evan knows that.
Evan knows that. Oh, Balrogs have dance at 80% for some reason.
Dance?
Dance.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Do
Also-
we
Dance
need to
off.
figure out who
Dance
has
off.
the right kind of power to ensure that that thing does in fact dance itself to death.
It also has computer operations at 60% for some.
Riffs.
Okay, Riffs. Okay.
Balrog's your friendly IT guy.
Now, the
Yeah.
thing is,
Yeah.
this Balrog is taking fire from several of the train's defenders, and it seems to be just mostly taking it. There's a sky cycle that is zooming around that the Balrog occasionally will lash the whip out, but the sky cycle is very quick and keeps getting a couple of pot shots, but it doesn't seem to be doing much to it. Let's see, there's the body of a wizard towards the front of the train. And there's a couple other mages who seem to be casting spells. There's one mage who looks like he's casting a spell, and as he casts it, you see him turn invisible, and then your eyes are sharp enough to see like someone running through the underbrush, and then the fire lash connect with that invisible mage. There is a group of people running out of the train that seem to be getting further and further away. Now that you're out of the train, you can also see towards the back there is currently some kind of fish bowl with a rocket attached, with the green goblinoid from the bar. And a little further down the train is cargo cars that seem to be being assaulted by a bunch of black armored things that actually you hate them. You hate those black armored things. You don't know why, you just hate them. You just
Are those
really
things
hate them.
going after any of the people that ran out?
They are not going after the people at the moment. They are clearly there to grab something.
Freya wants to tuck into, get into a safe spot, and then make sure no one is paying attention to her.
Absolutely not. No, no one is.
And then she's going to change.
Okay, so using this, roll me your ME save to see how long this takes.
Okay, so I get a plus.
You need to get above a 12 on a d20. You
Well,
have
I got a
bonus.
16 plus 2, so that's 18.
The change happens in a single action.
Yeah.
Now, are you using the secondary ability talent we talked about?
Not yet.
Okay.
Because everyone's distracted, so
Gotcha. All right. Erupting from underneath the train. Greeks, you can see this, and Peppermint can see this as well. The kid kind of can't see it from this location.
I'm like
What?
right in the front where
Yeah.
the sword is smashed. Yeah, I know
Okay.
what I want to do.
What comes out from under the train?
what comes out from under the train is a 8-foot tall being who has copper scales, and the hair, it's like there's horns. The face is very severe. It doesn't look like there's a mouth right away. So 8 foot tall, and then these wings come out. So we're talking like a 15, 20-foot wingspan, and 12 feet, and has a sword and is ready to fight those things in the back that they hate for some reason.
As you do this, you feel something. Also, you just feel something behind you. In the bar car. You know there is someone there like you. This is the maybe third time you've ever felt it for more than a second. In the bar car, you see the short Hispanic woman, or Latinx woman, jump over the bar, and you lose track of her. You Peppermint, you look over real quick and you see she's touching the mirror, and then punching through the roof at the demon's feet is just a long lash of shattered glass in the form of a hand punching up. And when you look back down, the woman is about 2 feet taller. She is the most fit person you could ever imagine. Not like bodybuilder bulky, but like absolute athlete toned. Except she also looks like she's made of a perfectly glazed porcelain. Except for her arms, which don't exist, and instead are giant lashes of shattered glass
Fuck.
punching up through the ceiling.
What
It connects with the
fuck?
Balrog, who actually reels back in pain from it. She then jumps clear through the ceiling, and you lose sight of her.
Wow.
Let's see, kid, you look back
Yeah.
and you can see a weird, like, beautiful porcelain doll with glass arms fighting a porcelain as in the material, not like skin tone. She still has the same skin tone she had. Fighting, just taking on the Balrog, and it's actually like every time she swings at it, every time she connects, it kind of reels back a little.
Does the Balrog still have the engineer in his hand, or is that guy like?
The guy in front of you, or the engineer, is dead.
Gotcha.
There's no saving the engineer.
Yeah, can't live that long in a Balrog's grasp, I assume.
But the Balrog in front of you is starting to, its attention is starting to wander away. And there is a stream of people leaving the passenger cars.
Fuck. All right. Okay. Okay. So the sword is in the control panel, right?
Yeah,
And is that Zarian's sword?
it appears to be.
I want to grab it and rip it out and throw it
As
on
soon
my
as you
back.
touch it, you feel pain.
Okay.
You can't. Yeah.
Fuck. All right. So what is he doing? Like walking away?
Yeah, he's starting to walk away. You can see
So
some of the.
Can I get out onto the ground?
Yes.
Before I jump out there and face a Balrog, which I don't know even how to fight, around me with all the explosions and all the destruction, is there anything like that looks like it could be useful in any way to me?
There are giant scraps of the cattle catcher of this train are weird giant metal that have been bent into weird shapes. One of them is perilously close to the back of this thing's head.
Yeah, okay. Okay, that's good. Okay, so here's what I want to do then. Before he gets too far, I see that. In order to get up by his head, he's about 15 feet tall.
Yeah, but you need to actually get above him, but it's...
Right. I am going to, and the front of the car is like ripped open, right?
Yes. It looks like it exploded outwards, and so it's all peeled.
Okay, in order to get high enough, I am gonna clank my boots so that they activate, and I want to go up the wall of the train, up to the ceiling of the train, running as fast as I can, jump, and then as I get like over, like jump so that I'm over his head and swing down at him. Essentially, like I want to run like this. If he's walking away, I want to run like this, leap and go bonk and try to whack him backwards into the thing just as hard as I can. Hammer activated, everything activated, just hit him in the face.
All right, as you run up the side of this train, as though gravity is following you as you move upwards,
Yeah.
you get to the top. You take the moment to twist the grip of your hammer, which then becomes burning white hot.
Yeah.
And you jump at him. Make a roll to strike, and I will give you advantage on this.
Hell yeah. All right, let me look at my flaming hammer. Let's do strike. I rolled the d20.
Yep.
So that's an 18 plus 2.
All right, this thing tries to parry you with its claws, but
18
fails.
plus 2.
So go ahead and roll your damage, and it has to roll to not get knocked back. And it rolled very poorly on that. Because you're wailing it in the back of the head, kind of knocking it back into the opening of the train engine. Oh, you're doing math. My wife knits, so I can always tell when she's counting, because if I start talking to her,
20,
she'll...
20 MDC on the hit. Right square in his forehead. Just
This is a being that is immune to many things, but magical weapons are actually a weakness.
haha.
You knock this thing back into the mouth of the train, where you can see the magic sigils are still glowing. One of them, its hand falls into one of the magic sigils and is apparently trapped.
Thank God. Thank God. Wait, are there more of these sigils?
There are approximately 8,
Okay.
but 3 that this thing could potentially be knocked into
Yeah.
from its position.
With different limbs and such.
You're basically going to have to play Twister with this thing.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! Yeah, because
All right.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to kill it. But all right, I like this.
Now, Peppermint, there's a bunch of people freaking out. You've got the juicer as stabilized as he's going to get, and you know that being a juicer, they heal real massively quick. So as long as nothing directly like comes down to smite this guy, he'll be fine. But you do see just a bunch of people starting to run and panic and flee. Your horse is 2 cars back.
Okay, so have I seen the demon yet?
You have now seen through the hole in the roof there is a demon.
Okay, because I do have demons and monsters.
Gotcha.
66. I have a 55.
You know it's a giant demon. You know it's definitely not a devil. It's definitely not a sub-demon. It is one of the greater demons. You're just not sure which one.
Okay, I'm gonna try to.
But you know standing and fighting it is generally a bad idea.
Yeah, especially since I'm not really a fighter. I'm gonna try to my best to herd people back while going for my horse. So I'm
All
gonna,
right.
herd people back towards those back cars away from the demon.
All right. You have a very high MA, which means people are very likely to just trust what you say sometimes. So you've got a 60% trust intimidate. It's under your saves and bonuses.
Okay.
This means when you talk, people will generally listen. So go ahead and give me a roll on that.
What do I roll for that?
D100
Okay.
or percentile under 60.
67.
All right, it's not enough. It's enough to get people out of your way, but not like out of the train. So you make it back to your horse. Your horse is just standing there at a weird angle, kind of like it looks at you and goes like, it gives you the "why are things wrong" head, like the.
Okay.
It snorts a little. Its ears flick in annoyance.
Yeah, well, the horse's name is Buckthorn, and I'm going to start doing my best to release and get Buckthorn out of the train car and onto a surface that isn't wrong.
Yeah. All right, give me a. It's easy enough to release the things that were holding the horse in place. Give me a roll on your horsemanship.
63, and I have a 60.
60. All right, it's a little awkward as you get Buckthorn kind of like Buckthorn doesn't want to jump into a tree out of the side of this cart, which through the explosion opening. But so she kind of, or they, I don't know your horse, stall a moment. Greeks, you can see there are people running. There's a giant demon fighting some kind of weird glass lady. And a giant winged. Give me a roll to save versus horror factor real quick. From both Ting and Teddy, please give me those rolls.
Okay.
Got a 6. Nope, wait. Yep, 6.
10.
Does a 10 do it?
I'm a 12.
Oh, okay. So
Damn.
both of you see
Scurry.
at the same moment the massive, scaled, sword-wielding being, and are just struck into a moment of like awe and wonder and horror. Meaning,
Just like looking at it. Damn.
just like
What
that.
the fuck
Whoa.
is that?
And this is a world where you've seen really weird things, but this is something that just kind of took your breath away, and you're not sure how. The bubbles stop coming, like out of Greek's mouth. The bubbles stop like floating for a moment. The sorry. Okay, it's not. All right, so so let's go to Rohan.
Rohan, again, copper. The wings are like a sunset. There's reds and oranges and a little purple. They are going to fly to the things at the end of the train and attack.
All right, there's about 7 of them. 3 of them are holding something. The rest are holding big metal pikes. 3 of them appear to have boxes that they are starting to run in a direction kind of away from the train. But there's about 3 of them with long, just jagged. It looks like they are encrusted with just pure black rock spears. And they make a noise at you, which can't exactly be called hissing. And you feel like it should rattle your brain. You feel like they think it's going to rattle your brain, and it does not. So, are you going to try to attack?
Yes,
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit.
which I have a plus 13.
Yes, you are a monster.
So that is,
Wow.
13 plus 13, that's a 26.
No matter what they roll for parry, you're going to hit that one.
And it's 4d6.
Double your damage.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, wow, that's a crap roll. That's a 7? Ugh, that's a crap roll.
7 damage. That hits it. It connects good, but so 14.
That's
It
14.
kind of catches it on the spear a little bit, and you cut into it, and you make it bleed. You break through the chitin, and it snarls. But that is where we're going to go back to Greeks. You see the giant winged being go off to fight the things at the back of the train. You see the Balrog fighting something weird up ahead. You see another Balrog that looks like it's just got knocked back into the front of the train. And you see a bunch of people moving off towards the, let's say, east.
Greeks will use telemechanic operation and take control of the really beat up hypercycle in the cart.
It immediately starts up.
And use it as a battering ram to push the demon further into the mouth of the train.
Nice. I love it. Give me a pilot hovercraft, but since you're using telemechanics, it's at 88% if it's not already higher.
Which vehicle?
There
Did
was
you
a
take control
beat
of?
to crap hovercraft that looked like if you touched it wrong, it would like fall apart.
Okay, but it's a hovercraft.
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
a hover cycle.
Okay.
61.
All right, so you get this thing dead in alignment. Give me a roll to hit. Just 2 strike with whatever bonuses you have to any of your weapons.
What is it? Oh, natural 20.
Okay. You catch this thing square in the chest.
Nice.
The beat up hover cycle. You see a sticker that says Canada it's a red sticker that says Kaneda in white lettering, just fall off of it. And it slams clear into the chest of this thing. An extra burst of its engine kicks up, and it knocks a hand and a leg back into 2 more restraints.
Nice.
All right. So here's the thing: we could go round by round for combat, but we're gonna move it along a little quicker because it takes a while to, Peppermint. You have your horse. Your horse is down. You see further up ahead, there's like a little clearing that seems like it would be maybe safer. At least you know there's no dangers in there currently.
Okay.
But people seem to just be kind of like booking without a thought to where. So do you want to try to like call out to people again, or do you want to try to do something else?
Yeah, I'm gonna call out to people. Just, it's safe over here, and get them to head in that direction.
A woman on a horse yelling loud enough is going to be able to catch people's attention.
And then I rolled a 98.
So you accidentally catch a tree branch because you're slightly taller. So you catch a tree branch, and it just takes a moment, and you're a little bit stunned by it for a sec.
Spitting out a bird's nest.
Actually, you do see a bird just like peek its head over the edge of a nest right above you, and just like doesn't fly away because the bird's like, "What did you do?
The bird raises its wings. What are you doing? What is this?
Why are you doing that?"
I was taking a nap. What's wrong with you?
All right. The Michelle, Rohan is going to beat at least 2 of these quickly. Rohan's abilities are going to cleave through at least one of them cleanly and then engage the second one. Give me 2 rolls to attack and then 1 roll for damage.
Okay, so wait, so I'm sorry. 1 roll to. Okay, that's a 2, so that misses, right?
Yeah. So that means you're going to take 15 MDC. You take 15 MDC from a spear that catches you while you are cleaving one. The spear catches you in the side.
Next one is 12, so that'd be a 25.
That's absolutely going to take one of them out. So go ahead and roll damage and then double it.
So that's 11, so 22.
All right, that puts down another one. Now some of them are clearly going to get away. 2 of the ones with the boxes are out of reach. There is one more. They're holding. They're not exactly crates. They're about. I'm trying to think, like a 2-foot by 2-foot box, and they seem to have weird stuff on the side of them. So,
could Greeks chase after those?
Yeah, you can see them as well, and you can move very fast. So you can easily get to the 3rd one, but you can try to get to one of the other 2 as well.
Wasn't he just by me at the front of the train?
Well, no, Greeks can do that from a distance.
So out of nowhere, a hovercraft just crashed into that demon.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually,
From my point of view, I was like, "What the fuck?"
So yes, we will actually get back
Awesome.
to Greeks in a sec. There is at the front of the train, kid. This thing is almost pinned, but it is going to try to breathe some kind of wicked fire at you.
It's gonna breathe some wicked fire at me.
So wicked.
Yes.
So wicked hot fire.
That's actually perfect. What part of it needs to be locked in there? Its head?
Its leg and then its head.
Okay. I'm going to haul ass for its leg, and I think it's going to be surprised when... I'm going to haul ass for its leg.
All right. It breathes an enormous stream of fire at you.
Okay.
That's about 24 MDC times 2, so that's about 50 MDC.
50 MDC. Okay.
It is all fire.
It is all fire. I literally run through it, and it does not affect me.
Okay.
He just keeps running through it like he's
Your mask is down
welding
this whole
mask.
time.
Oh hell yeah! He swings a welding mask down and just charges through it, and then through the hellfire, I come blasting out the other side and just swing my roaring like red hot hammer into his knee and slam that shit back in. I gotta roll to hit him.
Yeah, roll to hit. I mean, this is a lot easier since you can't really parry.
Hold on, I gotta get back to my 2-hit. I'm learning this sheet.
Yeah,
Like,
actually, is her sheet calculated correctly?
14.
14 will hit because I rolled a 3. All right, so you get the leg locked in place. You want to do one more hit to try to just knock its underneath the chin?
Yes. Since it's locked into the train, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run up the train with my clicky clank boots and just clunk, 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 and run up with my gravity boots and then run up next to his face and just like slam his head into the thing.
Now, Balrog's whole thing is fire and claws. Fortunately, the claws are stuck.
Yeah, that's the part I was worried about.
So, it tries to breathe fire at you to very little effect.
I jump through the fire and slam its head into the
Give me a roll.
thing. 7 plus 4. 8, 9, 10, 11.
That is enough because it is otherwise
Just a head.
Just a
head.
You smack it, it connects in the back of its horns, hook into something, and you see a blue shimmering field start to take over it. You're standing on it.
Oh, I'm getting out of there. Ooh,
So-
I jump back.
You jump off, but you're 15 feet in the air. So give me a roll
Can I-
with impact.
You know what? Okay, because I don't think he'd be quick enough to use this. So yes.
You're not a backflip type dude.
No. 19 plus 4 for roll with impact.
You land hard. There is a thud, but you're not going to take any damage.
Okay. So just
You've fallen off of big things before.
Is it a 3-point landing? Superhero landing?
No, it is not graceful at all.
No, it's I imagine he slams, he's okay, but he like and like falls backwards and like falls onto his butt and it's just like, oh man, and he's just on his butt looking up at this thing and he raises his visor to see this demon locked in and just goes, whoa.
All right, Greeks. Do you want to go after the easy one or one of the two harder ones?
The ones that are carrying away the box.
Gotcha. So there are 3 with boxes. 1 you can get to without any rolls and engage. And
Oh, it's
2,
3 separate boxes.
yeah, 3 separate boxes. All look
Okay.
identical.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, whichever one's closest.
All right. You catch up with it easily. How would you like to try to stop it?
With some laser fire.
All right. Roll to strike. Get above a 5 pretty much. It's not going to try to dodge.
Mm, 9 plus 1, so 10.
10. You lay into it with a good burst of laser fire, and it hits and leaves a mark on it. It has now noticed you and is looking at you with its blank kind of face. Its face kind of looks like a skull outline like the Coalition uses, except it's kind of got fangs coming down the side of it, and underneath it is no face. Like its eye holes are just empty, and it has a white mohawk running out the back of its head. And it appears very kind of annoyed that you shot it.
Otherwise, are they humanoid, like 2 arms, 2 legs?
2 arms, 2 legs. This one's holding a box and an axe in its other. Like it's got the box under one arm and an axe in the other hand. But you are a good amount. Let's say you're 100 feet back from it easily. Your laser has a good range, so you're like, let's say 200 feet back. It doesn't look like it could like get to you without some time. So, do you want to take another shot at it?
Yes.
Because you are faster than this thing. It's not going to get away from you if you want to keep pestering it. And it doesn't seem to have a lot of. After you hit it, you kind of like brace for a return fire, and none comes.
Yep.
So, give me
Give it a
another
shot.
attack on it.
It's just a 6.
All right, a 6 is still enough to hit. Now go ahead and roll damage again.
What is the damage? Let me see.
Trying to remember. I had it up a minute ago, but then I needed another book.
46.
Gotcha.
14.
Another 14. All right, so 24. Okay. This thing with that hit drops the box, which hits the ground and ruptures.
Ooh.
A giant light fills everyone's vision. And that's where we're going to go ahead and take our break. So, thank you for joining us. Everyone, take a couple of minutes, get some water, stretch, do what you gotta. We'll be right back with more riffs. Ballad of Fate.
Enjoy the art. And we are back. Hello, everybody.
Hi. All right. Welcome back to Riff's Ballad of Fates. Ballad of Fate, singular. I am at one point going to use the name of the previous show, and I apologize for that now. It's just when you say a thing a bunch of times, it gets stuck in your head. All right. So, previously, if you're just joining us, which seems unlikely, but possible, the groups began on a train as strangers, and that train got exploded, and then the demons that powered that magic train came out and started fighting things. And that's about where we are now. Some people are stealing some things from the train.
There's no way
Yes.
you can't. It's impossible to catch someone up on a Rift's game because we've only been playing for an hour and already it sounds like the most batshit nonsense. Like
Right?
you can't.
Well, the
you can't
magic
be like-
train.
you
We're in a
can't be
tavern
like,
on a
last
train.
time on Rifts, you got to just be like, you just had to be there. You had to. I don't. Like,
We're gonna post it online. Just catch the VOD. All right. So, Greeks was shooting at a black-clad skeletal kind of being that dropped a box, which exploded with light. All of you, roll a d20.
Get to add anything to it?
No.
That's a 3.
10.
16.
Ooh.
All right. So the following colored things fly into each of you. The two of you got 10. Greeks and Kid, roll again.
Okay. 5.
5.
No fucking way.
Okay, you get the same color. All right.
We
thing
can do
splits
it.
in
Do you
half.
want us to do it again?
No,
Okay. All right.
this is how it is now.
That's fate. That's fate.
Spider-Man gift.
Spider-Man putting Spider-Man. Rohan, the spirit collides with you, and it is red. The red thing, just a red spirit, kind of flies through you. Let's see. Greeks, Kid, a green spirit ends up blasting through one of you and then into the other.
Huh.
Might as well just make that blue then. And Peppermint, you're going to end up with a blue force, which I will not explain this week. Flies into you. Roll for the horse. Why not?
Not Buckthorn.
3.
3, which is the same as, I believe, what
Rohan.
Rohan got. Buckthorn. Red. So that just happens. It's a moment. Giants, these, like, it looks like if you had a box of badly illustrated party ghosts from a, like, 90s live action thing that is basically half cartoon. I don't know. It's like a box of ghosts explodes. That's what it seems. That's the closest your brains can come to comprehending it.
But they look like a bed sheet kind of ghosts.
It's more like just a floating ephemeral thing in
Okay.
kind of like a comet.
Huh. Okay.
It's more like
Does it hurt?
Spectral Comics. It does not, but it all knocks you back a little bit weirdly. Each of you add 5 PPE
Ooh.
permanently.
Ooh.
Huh.
Creation sheet.
Don't click on the creation sheet. Oh no, or click on the creation sheet to add PPE. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It yelled at me when I tried to do it.
yeah. I can do it for you if you want.
We have how many? 3?
Did I not fill in your PPE?
No. I have my PPE. How much plus did we get?
5.
5.
5. Ooh. Cool. Got it.
So that happens. The other two things seem to keep running away. It doesn't look like you're going to be able to catch up with both of them. Rohan, if you'd like to make a grab at one of them.
Yeah, Rohan is going to try. And so what's going to happen is Rohan knows they can't catch up, but
they can't
they're going
catch the
to.
first one, but you can
Okay.
catch the second one.
Okay.
So it's 1, 2, the one that dropped the box.
Okay.
You can get 2.
Okay, go after 2.
Go for it. How fast do you move? What's your speed?
Oh gosh.
Let me check the chart once you tell
You're
me.
probably fast. You got big wings, right?
Yeah. I think that's flight. I had to do 2 character sheets.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get you, and it's riffs. I get
Yeah,
it.
that's a
You
lot.
have my
That
zip.
is a lot.
Here we go.
It
Yeah,
took me
most of my
weeks
characters
just to
take
figure
4
out.
books to build,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because I'm that guy. Say, does it lift you a miles per hour or a speed?
Yeah. There it is. I know where it is in the book.
Is there a difference between speed and miles per hour in
The
this
speed is a number of things, a general number. There is a chart that translates it to miles per hour. Your speed is only 21? Unless you're
Flight
being...
speed of. I think I put it in there because it's 25 to 45 miles per hour.
Okay, that would be a speed of like
game? Fast.
50.
Fuck.
So that's So
I
you're
have a speed of
incredibly
14.
fast. You're not as fast as say Greeks in their hover tank. But Greeks is not as dedicated to killing these things as you seem to feel. You can get to it, and if you'd like, make some attacks. Make 2 attacks.
So 14. Oops. Plus 13 that's 27.
Hmm.
And then 24.
This one's going to attempt to parry and miss twice. Okay. Roll your damage.
Let's see. 12 plus 5, that's 17.
Okay. Need to check some things real quick. 17. And the next roll the damage again. Because you got 2 hits.
15.
Psychics. Why am I in the psychic section? Sorry, I moved the slider in the book and it took me the wrong place. 15, 30, 65. All right. As you wail into these things, does your weapon do extra damage against anything?
Um,
I'm trying to find your weapon. I forget which table it's in.
Wrong book. Living holy weapon. Plus 14 damage to night lords, their minions, demons, undead, and other supernatural creatures.
These are definitely supernatural creatures. So adding 28 to that puts you over the number. You've taken this thing out. Now I would like you to do either a parry or a roll with impact to catch the box before it hits the ground.
Oh no, more ghosts.
Okay, so roll to parry. Okay, that's a plus 11.
Yeah, you're very skilled at these kind of things.
So that's 26 because I rolled a 15. So
Yeah, that's
26.
more than enough to grab it before it hits the ground. As you grab this box, you see it's like it looks like a cheap wood box, like a balsa wood box, but it weighs an enormous amount. And you can see some shimmering, like, not exactly runes, but some kind of patterns on the outside of it. And there's a single gemstone set in the top of this one. As this happens, Kid is going back to look at the sword. There is still Balrog on top of the train, except there is the woman with the glass arms fighting it. The Balrog looks around and takes off with its own enormous speed.
It's got wings, right?
It's got wings. I think it can fly at like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's a big,
Yeah.
big boy.
Yeah. Also,
No, thank you.
yeah, I mean, like, y'all could chase it.
Nah, it just let you know.
Oh, 90, no, that can see 90 feet.
Sometimes you just leave a demon alone.
1d6 plus 1d6 times 10 plus 60 flying speed. Yeah, enough. It has enough to just take off. Balrogs are intelligent demons, Peppermint knows, and demons, when locked in a cage, tend to go and find who locked them in the cage.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Oh.
Oh, that poor person.
But you don't become the kind of person that locks a Balrog in a cage
If you can't
Yeah.
handle the
Balrog in a
without
cage.
knowing the risk you're taking.
It's like back in the train companies back in the West, but like so much worse now because they're like, let's
So-
just lock demons to make the engines.
As Rohan flies back, they cast a certain spell, and no one can see it, not yet. So, like, Rohan comes, and then, sort of like from out from hiding, you see Freya. So Rohan
From
is
underneath the train, Freya
Yeah.
emerges.
yeah,
Rohan
Like from
lands in
hiding.
front of her.
yeah.
All right. And does Rohan hand Freya the box, or is still Rohan still has the box?
Rohan still has the box.
And as Freya and Rohan look up, they can both tell that there is something familiar about the woman with the glass arms, who is coming down off the top of the train as a like a 5'0" Latinx woman.
She's shorter than me.
Yeah.
Ah,
She has long dark hair pulled back in a ponytail, and her vest, which looked a little large before, looks even smaller now, or looks even too large now, because in the other form, she grew about 2 feet. And, you know, those of you who saw that can see that there is something different about them now. And they make eye contact very briefly with Freya. And there's a weird moment of silence. Everyone's starting to like gather back in the middle towards that blank area.
I want to be looking for that sword
The sword, actually,
when I get up there. Yeah.
you see the sword come flying past you. Very high above. The sword
direction?
flies off in the direction that the creatures ran.
Those little things,
They weren't little.
those bug things, the bug people that crawled on all fours and had the vacant eyes.
Yes,
I didn't really get it. I don't think Kid really got a good look at
he
them.
did not.
Zarian. All right, I'll go back in the car and make sure everybody's okay.
Going back through, you can see that Peppermint stabilized the juicer to be live. There are a couple others with like bumps and bruises that Peppermint, if you'd like, just give me one general medicine roll to cover a whole bunch of people with like broken things from the car falling to the side. You're basically medicing this.
Can I help to give advantage because I have first aid?
Sure. So go ahead and roll twice and take the better roll.
Okay, that's good.
I'm gonna help you.
61.
That was the better roll? The lower roll?
Yeah, I rolled 93 on the first one.
Okay, so 61 between the two of you is enough to
We kill a couple people. Yay!
generally get um generally get the lay of who's injured and who needs what.
Actually, in the same vein as this, not to get you don't have to get into the gory details, but like,
Yeah.
how bad was this? Like,
Parts of it were real bad. Those who took significant damage generally like nothing left.
and these were just people, right? These weren't
Some of them.
soldiers. These weren't.
Some of them were soldiers, some of them there was security on the train, but to be honest, the bartender made it. The bartender made it and still has his shotgun. The waitress is still there. And they seem just stunned. They're like, where's security? There's supposed to be security. It doesn't seem like many people from the actual train, like the staff, are there.
Yeah, kids just looking at this like in kind of shock and disgust, looking at the people. I mean, going through the motions to help, but
Yeah, is a little bit shell shocked.
When Greeks lands, is Rohan still around?
Yes.
So Greeks will look up and say, "Are you what this world calls a angle?"
No.
Okay.
do they just walk away?
Rohan's like hovering,
Okay, bye.
no, has given the box to Freya and will fly up to see if there is a safe way to go.
There is. You don't exactly know where you are at the moment. Or at least Rohan doesn't. And Rohan hasn't stopped to confer with people, I take it.
No.
So there is what seems to be the remnants of a road that seems to be about a 3-person wide. Looks like a path that gets trampled like yearly. Cut through the forest, heading a little southeast. The things that ran off north.
Is that path going toward where we were headed?
Roughly, but it's hard to say. All right, so you are from Indiana, I believe. So, do you know Madison, Indiana?
Kind of.
All right, so there's a river. What river is that? What's the river? Oh, it's the Ohio. There's a river, and you do have to cross it. It's a big river, but it's not impossible to get these people across if you can find a bridge. But you don't know exactly where you are.
Which way did the demon fly off?
The demon flew off west. Because the demon looked like it didn't want to continue fighting. Because
and there's no staff left.
Basically, you see the bartender and the barmaid. All of the security pretty much bit it. The juicer actually was not part of the security.
I'd like to ask the bartender if there's a way to contact like the station we were going to end up at, or
I mean, I would have the engineer could send a pigeon, but I don't think the engineer is going to send a pigeon.
Do you know where we are?
Somewhere, I don't know. No, to be honest. I'm not traveled. I'm no good in the woods.
Well, we have two choices. We can stay here, or we could walk.
Yeah, but like, walk where?
According to Rohan, there is a path.
I mean, all right. So, if anyone would like to give me a land nav or land navigation or navigation,
Let's
I can
see.
try.
I have.
I rolled a 00 and a 6.
so that's a 6, which is
That's
great.
really good. Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
because
Yeah.
Freya rolled a 98.
Yeah, that's not exactly your bailiwick.
No.
It's not your second nature. Though, so Peppermint, you know that you are it was midday when this started. It is not nightfall now. But judging from where the sun is, you know which way to head towards Dwemer, which is where you were headed before. Which is where the train was on its way to, and many of these people were headed to as well. A couple of people grab, like, the juicer is very confused about what happened to his hover bike. But one of the person with the flower car is going to give the juicer, like the juicer or anyone else injured can get in the hover car. Because there's a couple of people who'd like break things.
Who owns the flower car?
You see a let's see. There is a alien. I say alien, but you know they were born on this world. Who is just like a very lanky humanoid with kind of like the Twi'lek things coming down, like instead
Just
of
Star
hair.
Wars, like
Star
tentacle
Wars
hair?
Twilight, yeah,
Gotcha.
like coming down the side, just a very like gentle manner about them.
Oh, okay.
I'm blanking on their name at the moment.
Mellow.
Very mellow.
But
This is about as excited as things get.
Whoa.
When things were
No.
bad, this was
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I saw demons, man, just ripping apart the roof. Awesome.
They have like a chartreuse kind of skin, and 6 fingers on each hand. Anyway, these are not details that I'm not going to give you their piloting stat.
How far away were we from the armor?
You were about an hour at the train moving at reasonable speed. The train can move very fast. So you're probably about 50 miles.
Okay, never mind.
Is Dwemer in the same direction as where that sword went?
No. But here's the thing.
Kid's just staring out like a hole in the train, just looking that way.
Moving this many people, any amount of distance, is a big target. Bartender goes, if that demon circles back, I don't know what we're going to do.
How many people would have to walk?
There's about 25, let's say. So enough that you can't just give everyone a lift.
Yeah,
The
but
car. Oh, there was one other hover cycle in there that's just still there. Like no one has claimed it. Also, Freya, you don't feel that person anymore. It just, you just like something just, you didn't notice it, but you didn't notice it at first, but now you're like, oh, that signal's lost.
Signal.
It's a mental thing, but
Ah, okay.
yeah, it's not something anyone else would pick up. So,
How many does anybody know how many days travel it's going to take to get to the city?
It's probably going to take a couple of hours,
Oh, that's not so bad.
but it will be running into nightfall.
That can be bad.
It can be
So-
bad. Also, Dwemer is notoriously hard to find.
Oh. Right.
However,
Okay.
if you can send up any kind of signal, that will make it much easier. Oh, someone's cell phone buzzing.
That was mine. Sorry.
I was
yeah.
like, what the hell kind of alert was that? I was like, I've never heard Zoom make that noise.
Well, Greeks' ship, bubble ship, has a short range radio, 5 miles range, and also a distress beacon. So when we get closer,
All right, go ahead and give me
They
a roll for Radio Basic.
Hey.
One of the skills almost everyone has,
Mm-hmm.
including Balrogs.
Including demons.
I mean, demon radio is just pick up a smaller demon, yell into it, and then throw it to where you want it to go.
that would be a
Yell
3.
into it.
Okay, a 3. You actually connect to a signal which is relayed 4 times for, purposes of evading the highly technical coalition. You're definitely in the magic zone, meaning things can be weird. There's a lot of ley lines here. Traveling in the magic zone is strange. There are things here that have just come through rifts. There are things here that are otherwise unexplainable, but you found there's actually a Fade Town about 5 miles to the east. It's a little out of the way, but it's much closer, and it's a small town that is there this week. Now, Fade Towns sit on ley line nexuses, and every now and then, depending on the Fade Town, they cease to exist for a bit. Different Fade Towns do it differently, but this is all information anyone who knows a lot about magic would have, but most people have heard of Fade Towns that come and go, but know very little about them.
I'll give the handset to the conductor. So, yeah, you talk to them.
Oh, the bartender, you mean?
Yeah, bartender.
The conductor's dead.
Yeah.
Are-
You see a conductor's hat sitting on a log burnt.
I guess you're the next in line.
I don't. Oh.
I don't even know the name of this train. Something revenge.
Yeah, I mean Finnegan's Revenge, but there ain't much Finnegan left.
Poor Finnegan.
Well,
Well, listen, we got to get these people somewhere safe. You
talk
just
to
let
them.
Wander. All right, fine.
You grab the headset,
I grab the headset. I don't have Radio Basic,
but you know how to talk into it.
Yeah. Hello.
Come in.
Yeah,
come in.
come in.
Yes, hello. There's a distress. Yes.
Yeah, come in.
Yes. What's
Hi.
your Hi, copy. What's your issue?
I'm on the. What is the name of the train?
Finnegan's Revenge.
I'm on the Finnegan's Revenge, and it fell sideways, and a bunch of demons popped out, but we put them back in. Well, one of them. The other one got away, but we got a whole bunch of people that we need to get to some shelter. We could be in your town. How far did you say, guy? I want to look at Greeks.
5 miles.
Yeah,
Five
5 miles.
So we're about 5 miles out, but we're on foot mostly.
You got. I don't know what Finnegan's is.
It's a train.
Is it like a Bennigan's? We have Bennigan's.
No, it's not a Bennigan's. It's a train that had demons in it.
That's a terrible idea.
Yeah, it was a really dumb idea. But, I mean, it wrecked. A whole bunch of people are dead or wounded, and we just need to get them to... If you guys have a hospital, that would be great. We just need to get people out of
Got a
here.
doctor.
Okay, well, tell him that he's got a lot of people coming who probably need help with burns and
Now you listen.
cuts. Okay.
I like to think of us as a friendly town
Good.
here in Knuckle Bucket,
Oh, good.
but you gotta understand, we've seen a lot of bad people come through.
Okay.
It's gonna cost you to get in the walls.
Cost me what?
We'll look when we see you. Start making your way.
Okay. You're our best hope, so we'll see you in however long it takes these people to walk 5 miles.
About normally walking a mile takes about 15-20 minutes.
But when you're wounded
But
or
when you
missing
have
a
wounded,
leg or yeah, or
the car could
half
get there like right now, but like no one wants to break off from the group.
yeah.
Could Greeks weld together some sort of makeshift flatbed, and then
Absolutely.
use the tow line from their ship to pull?
There
label.
is a hovercraft left, a hover cycle. There is a lot of metal. As you start to pull on this, like pull metal bits off, kid, you know how to work. You metal work extraordinarily well.
Oh, I can help.
Yeah. So the two of you start pulling bits of armor off the train, and turning it into a kind of hover sled.
Oh, I'm definitely swinging the hammer to kind of weld pieces of the metal together, just like. And
Each
like,
blow works like a spot welder.
yeah. Just kind of stamping it.
Ah, yes, good. You know your way around.
Yeah,
Metal.
this is about the extent of it, though. Once you get to the mechanical parts, that's where I kind of lose it. And I keep hitting it, but I can hit things. I want to get my truck out of there too.
Oh, you have a truck?
Yeah,
Oh,
I have
that's
a,
right. You have a beat up old
I
pickup.
go. I got a vehicle too. Hold on, it's got a bed in the back, and I want to go in the back and
Could
you
Freya
hear like yes.
take the hover cycle if no one's claiming it?
I mean, no one has claimed it yet. Does Freya want to just walk up to the hover cycle and start it?
Yes.
Do you have any skills that would allow that?
Well, see, radio basic lock picking, but it's not.
There is a
motorcycle
lock
bites.
if you want to. Say, what else you got? There is. I don't think there's a specific carjacking skill. Though in this system.
Grand Theft Auto.
Give me a pick locks. See if you can get into at least the compartment. So yeah, give me a pick locks. No one else is really watching you do this, so.
Oh, I got a 23.
Ooh, 23. That's great. All right, so you pick the lock basically in the compartment that's right up towards the front where, like, if you're sitting here, it's directly in front of you right next to the starter. And you notice someone has already hotwired this. This was stolen. And all
Oh.
you need to do is connect those two wires to start it right back up.
I do so.
Okay. Welcome to your hovercraft.
It was stolen twice.
Yes.
All right. So you it's just a basic Northern Gun hover bike, which I can get you the stats for later. It's not a big deal.
So she's going to drive it, around. Rohan is going to they're going to meet, and they're going to seem to have a conversation. And then, Freya's going to be in the back and say Rohan can look for a while before they have to leave. And then eventually when, yeah.
All right. So you are all moving this group through. Night is starting to set.
I'm in a
It's been, let's say,
beat-up
2
old
hours.
pickup truck.
No, it hasn't been 2 hours. It's been about an hour. since the end of things, and it took about an hour to get people stabilized
Prep
and everything prepped to start moving. So I believe at this point Rohan has flown off into the distance. Correct?
Yes.
Yes. Heroically flown off into the distance. And the group starts getting going. You hear, as you start moving, Peppermint, where are you in like the pack of the whole group? Where are you, Peppermint?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Probably where like the most wounded are. Just
Gotcha. All right, you are with amongst the group, and
Probably on that flatbed, right?
yeah,
That's
you're probably on
where
the
we would lay
flatbed,
out.
keeping people safe and calm
Yeah.
with your skills and your know-how. As you come through, you hear a animal sound that is somewhere between a snake hiss, a snarl, and a ribbit.
okay.
What are your skills as far as identifying animals?
Let's see here.
I know you have something, I just don't remember what.
I have animal husbandry.
Well, you're not trying to breed it.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. I have lore, cattle, and animals.
All right, give me a lore, cattle, and animals.
20.
Very specific. 20. All right, awesome.
And I had 40 is my skill.
Nice. So, you know that you have heard of this thing. It is called a prelic, and it is some kind of dog-sized insect. That if you, the old lore is a prelic at dusk. Safety's a must. A prelic in the morning. Also take warning.
Okay, they just suck.
They just suck.
They just suck.
Yeah. You know that hearing one of them means that there are more around, but you probably have some time. They tend to be a pack animal kind of thing, and you've heard stories from people when you stop by places. Chats around the fire, hanging out with the other folk.
Who's closest to me?
Let's say Grelix would probably be towards the bed of things that were put together to keep everybody.
Yeah, Greeks is aren't you towing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're probably right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Greeks is towing the bed though. Who's free? Like if I wanted to have them quietly spread the word.
I'm down on the ground because my truck is on actual wheels. It's not a hover. I'm just driving them.
That's true. Yours is basically the most beat up Ford F-150.
Yep. It's a big ugly pickup truck.
Yeah.
So I'm probably down amongst a lot of people, just like puttering slow while people are walking. Some people in the bed.
Yeah. Actually, with your bed, you could probably get about... Yeah, you guys are moving a little bit faster because I'm trying to... Like, the amount of physical space you are all able to create makes moving quicker, easier. So that will help. Let's see.
I'll try to get Kid's attention then, and have him like pull up.
Yeah, because how high is the difference here? Like, how high did they hover?
Only like 3 feet off the ground at most.
Oh, okay, cool.
So it's a little bit of a distance, but it's not like she has to climb down and you've got to roll down the window and get half out.
Okay.
It's enough that you can talk without, destroying yourselves.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to panic, but I think we have prelix stalking us.
What is that?
Giant insect dog. Very bad.
Oh, all right. Okay. Okay.
They're shaped like crickets, except they also have spined tails that they can fling.
Oh, good. That sounds awful. All right. Well, we got no choice. I mean, we got to get to town. You know.
Their needles are highly sought after for tattooing.
Hmm.
All right. I don't. I don't
Good
see
to
how
know.
that's useful, but that's good to know. Well, what do they? I mean, you got a gun. I'm really no good with a gun.
I have one.
All right. We just got to keep going. Just be on the lookout, I guess. Where's Miss Rhodes? Where are you, Rhodes? Freya.
Uh,
Rohan.
Freya's at the back.
With
But
your
if
own
you
hover
signal, yeah, but if you signal to her, she'll come.
because we're kind of the most capable fighters right now, right?
Yeah,
Where's the
that
bartender? On the bed? On the big flatbed?
uh, yes, he's on the big flat part. Though the juicer is starting to heal
Okay, cool.
and is able to sit up and like pulls out a number of like rifles that only juicers can carry because they are so heavy.
Huh, definitely let that guy know.
He's not in great shape, but he says like I'm not gonna get down, but like I'd still pull the trigger.
All right.
Yeah, I'll wave Freya over too.
Yes.
Just be aware that we have prelix stalking us.
I mean, if
Is
we
that a-
stay... Sorry, go on.
I imagine from your tone that's a bad thing.
Yes, they're giant like dog-like insects. Not good. They hunt in packs.
Noted.
If we stay in a group, will that help?
Generally helps against any predator.
All right, well, let's turtle up, I guess. Like, stay near each other.
All right. So another thing, give me one more. No, you know what? I'll give it to you. Prelix tend to be messed up by electrical signals. Like if you can, you know how when you sit in front of like a stack of servers, it gives off like you need magnetic shielding.
Mm-hmm.
They are very affected by it, by that kind of thing. Now, this isn't something that Peppermint would have like really come across much. She'd know they're affected by like signals. That's why they tend not to go near towns with like radio towers and stuff. But it's not something that Peppermint would be able to like know too much about that kind of thing.
Right.
It's kind of out of her bailiwick.
Are they showing up on my on radar?
You are getting a couple of weird little blips, but they're very small. And the trees here are making it difficult. So go ahead and give me there's actually a skill for that. Is it read sensory equipment? Sensory equipment.
There you go.
Unless there is a specific other skill you would like to use.
21.
All right, you can catch that there's only about 3 of them stalking you right now. And that seems to be some kind of like like that's the group that will tell the rest where to go if it sees a vulnerability.
Does your truck have a radio or communication?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would
It's-
assume so.
There's a CB in it.
So yeah, so Greeks will let you know. There's 3 of them so far.
I want to look behind me. Do I see him?
You do not see anything. You see other, yeah, you see a couple of people, but you don't see like little hidden, small insects.
Okay. What do we do? What do we? Listen, this is like the first time I've been out of my town. I don't know what to do with these things.
You're asking Greeks?
Yeah, sure, Greeks. What do you think we should do? Like, do we shoot at them? Like, just shoot that way and try to scare them?
I guess we could.
What? Peppermint, right? Is your name? Well, Miss Peppermint, is there something that we can do to like get him away from us?
I'm not really sure. I've heard that they don't like signals, radio signals or something, but I've only really heard about them. I haven't really encountered them myself.
Huh.
Oh, okay. So Greeks will overload like the radio in the
All right,
in my ship. And just
go ahead. So with everyone on their radio currently,
Oh, good.
go ahead and roll one of your that would be an electrical engineer, or if you've got something better.
I mean, electrical or mechanical.
Actually, you can use your telemechanics. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yeah.
remember, your telemechanics psychic power for you costs 0. And gives you a great ability to affect such things.
Yeah, okay.
So would you like to do that? I'm suddenly realizing that you can
Yeah.
do that pretty much constantly. Yeah. So you suddenly switch everyone's radios. You might have to spend some ISP to actually flip their switches, but in this case, we'll just whatever. You turn all their radios. You switch a resistor setting so that it gives out the highest pitched squeal. Does anyone here have some kind of enhanced hearing? No?
No.
Okay, good. If you did, it would be bad. But it quickly gets out of audible range for humans. And Greeks, you're kind of isolated from it in your bubble.
In my
'Cause-
water bubble.
Yeah, because signal moves through water differently than it does sound other areas, but like you're also prepared for it. And the blips on your radar start falling back as the wave seems to have driven them a little bit back.
What the hell was that?
Yeah, are they coming? Was that like an alarm or something?
Looks like they're going away. Sorry. Greeks will fix your radios.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Huh. Ah. I want to try. Does my music work anymore? Like, is there any way to like? Are our radios fried?
They are not fried.
Oh, okay.
Your speakers are a little fuzzier than they were.
Warble.
Yeah, there's a little warble in your speakers, but what kind of let's give kid 4 CDs. Any 4
I have
CDs.
4 CDs. Oh my goodness. Oh man.
Only 4 you'll ever get.
The only 4 CDs I get, probably some Monster Magnet.
Garth Brooks' greatest hits.
No.
No, you do. That
Why? Oh, because are they ones that I was able to find?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Monster Magnet. Okay.
Monster Magnet, because I love Monster Magnet.
I'm gonna write this down.
Okay, I'll pick one and you pick one. So I chose Monster Magnet and you chose, what was it? Garth Brooks?
Garth Brooks' greatest hits.
Oh God.
Oh no, you know what? It's not Garth Brooks' greatest hits. It's Chris Gaines.
Oh!
Great.
Garth Brooks' alternate.
Oh my god.
And then I think um
Chris Gaines.
either I think Mumford and Sons.
Mumford and Sons.
Mumford and Sons, yeah. What other trash do you have in mind to give me? You got one more.
I need to check to see if that's the name of the album.
Okay.
Oh. No, hold on. Oh, what is the name of that thing?
What band? What band are you looking for?
Hold on. I'm not going to tell you until I get
It's
it.
so terrible that it's a secret.
Oh, what was the one? I had like the most singles off of it were number one. Was it Control? Oh, Rhythm Nation. You have Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation. It's actually a pretty good album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, whichever one is in there now,
Oh,
I'm
actually,
sure he just cycles
I will
through
give you
them.
one more, and it is Prince Sign O' the Times.
Prince?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. Wonderful.
It's
That's
also
the
a
one
very
that-
good album.
No.
Hey, I didn't give you Bat Dance.
What the hell is that?
It is the original song
don't
that
know
Prince
Bat
wrote
Dance?
for the Batman movie.
No,
There
I
were
don't
two
know.
soundtracks. There was the Danny Elfman score for Batman. Then Prince made an album for Batman.
The Michael Keaton Batman movie.
Yep.
There was
I'm
a
sure
music
it's-
video that was all over MTV. I would recommend YouTubing it. It is something.
Oh god. I can do with now.
It's not like it's. I liked it as a kid a lot. Anyway, you have 4 CDs
5 CD.
5 CDs.
or 5 CDs. I think I'm getting that Prince album right. I'm gonna look. Anyway, this is vital stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I need to Google. Everyone, wait while I Google.
Watch. We go through this, and then session 2, my truck is like eaten by a giant worm or something. Like gets cut in half or some nonsense.
What is on side of
We gotta save the CDs. Then
Sheena Easton. If
I'll
I Was
save
Your
2 of the
Girlfriend.
CDs. The other ones I could do without. The other ones could go. God, these must be old CDs. They're like 300 years old in the Riffs world.
Or someone made them like
yeah, the
printed new
reissues.
ones.
True.
Pretend it's new music.
Hey, it
Oh
is.
my
If
goodness.
you ain't heard it
Yeah.
before, it's new to you.
If
Yep.
that's something that happens,
Yep.
we need to. I will probably collect albums as we go through. As that might be a neat thing to do.
When you stop at places, try to buy some
Mhm.
CDs.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a weird format. No one uses CDs. Anyway, so
a bunch of CDs.
you come up toward the walls of Knucklebucket. And it is a town that seems to just have built ragtag MDC walls using large slabs of MDC concrete. The walls are about 7 feet high and look like they highway dividers.
Are they like? Is it like well put together, or like did they look like they don't even know what they're doing?
It looks like they're maintained, but it doesn't look like the most fortified. Like there's little gaps in between the pieces of the walls. But it seems like they've got some protection. You see 3 guys out front, or 3 people out front, I should say, in what look to be body armor.
Mm-hmm.
And you see one of them in a power armor that looks to be very light power armor. It is not a very hefty, well-armed power armor. It does have a big assault rifle, and the power armor kind of has little, like, not full-sized Samus wings, but like little jet rockets on it. It's a terrain hopper power armor, and flies over, just like rocket jumps more than anything else. Flies over and goes, "Hey, hey!" The mask lifts up. You see an older black gentleman with a short cropped grayish beard. He goes, "Welcome. I'm Lucian O'Neill.
Lucian, nice to meet you.
I am chief of security for Knuckle Bucket.
Okay.
We took a look at your group from a distance. What can y'all offer town?"
What?
Greeks can fix things. You
Good
have
to
things
know.
that need fixing.
Always something to be fixed.
Does your town need a healer?
Well, the doctor's probably not sober, so yes.
I can help there.
It looks like your wall could be a little bit fixed up, and I am a blacksmith.
You could do some patches on it?
Probably, and also maybe, repair some armor or weapons if you got a forge.
You ain't got a forge, we ain't got much material. That's the thing.
Hmm.
But,
I could take a look and see what I can do.
yeah. You know what? Alright. And the
We
juice
can
was
build a
like,
forge.
the Druker says, I'm
Can
real,
you?
real strong and easily bored. And they're like, well, we don't have much for you to do, big guy who's easily bored. That'll be fun. But alright, people. Come on in. And with that, the camera zooms out and back as the four of you kind of line up in a bit of a line in front of the group, just for cinematic effect. It's not tactically sound, but it's just how the shot is laid
Right,
out.
of course.
As the camera zooms out, we see just like the group standing behind you and Knuckle Bucket in front of you. All of you in a line, and as night falls, there is a faint kind of glow as Freya, as the screen gets a little fuzzy and Freya gives off a red light. Kid and Greeks give off a green light. Peppermint is blue, and Buckthorn gives off a little bit of red. And that's where we're going to end for tonight.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
We have ghosts in it.
We got ghosts.
We got ghost goo going on.
Okay, yes, sure.
Hmm.
What you said is accurate.
Ew.
All right. So thank you all for playing.
This was awesome. Thanks,
Yeah.
man. Thanks for
Yes.
running
Yeah,
it.
thanks.
And thank you all for joining us. This is our new home. We're proud to be on Nerds with Dice, and we're looking forward to continuing the stream for a bit. So let's go around and give outros. We've got a little bit of time, so if you want to also say something you thought was cool or something you're looking forward to, or that kind of thing. So let's go around, starting with Peppermint.
Yeah, I'm just looking forward to being streaming again and actually being a player this time. It's almost been a year since
Oh wow!
like Pokemon ended. Back
and you're the forever
into the
DM.
party. Yep. Yeah.
You know the pain.
So getting back into it, and I'm excited for that. I'm Nerdy Teddy. You can find me mostly on Twitter at Nerdy Teddy. You can find me here starting not this week, but next week on Thursday nights. I will be running a game of Remember X at 8:30 p.m. EST. You can also find me in the Nerds with Dice Discord. And and you can find me, I almost forgot, you can find me on Itch.io now, and I have a couple of free games up there, and my latest work, I did a little I created some NPCs for the Goth Jam for Music Goths for Small Goths. So you can check out the Tax Sisters over there. They're wannabe vampire punk girls. They have a band. They have been called decent, and there's some fun little items that go with it, and that they bring into the shop when they are in charge of the shop. Totally random, and that is all I got.
All right, thank you so much, and also everybody, Nerdy is producing the stream for us, and we thank her so much for doing that. I know sometimes it's a lot to handle, and I think when I do like outros, I'll do you first so that you have time to set up things while we. That's my plan.
That sounds good.
All right, Evan.
Hello, I am Evan. I'm on Twitter. I'm EvanJennings64, and I'm so glad to be playing refs again. I love this. This whole world is so just fucking nuts. It's awesome. I love like just how random and wild everything is in it. I like this. I like this one. Very compared to our last game, Kevin. We were very like bullet happy and like meat grindy, and we just killed everything we came across, or attempted to. And
It's a different
this
group.
is a different feel. I like this. You know what I mean? Like we cared in this instance. We cared more about the people's safety than we did beating the shit out of demons. And I think this is going to be fun. I think it's going to make it a little bit more, a little bit more interesting. So I'm excited to see what you got. I don't know what's going on with the ghosts. I'm interested.
I don't know either.
You got me curious. I think it's looking pretty cool. So I'm pretty stoked about it, man. I'm happy to be playing again. Oh yeah.
All right. And what else are you doing?
Well, I run my game, an evil campaign of D&D 5e on a YouTube channel called Beyond EMH.
I threw a link to in the chat.
The what?
I threw a link to it in the chat.
Thank you. There's a couple of things on there that like me and my friends do together, and then there's also like my game, which is called When We Were Evil, and it's me and my friends. My friends being a terrible, evil, fucking group of horrific people doing horrific, terrible things, and it's pretty good. I think it's pretty neat, but it's almost over. And then when it's done, we'll do probably a bunch of one shots, which we also have on there, and then I'm gonna start a new campaign
Nice.
where they're not so evil. Hopefully, we'll see. A GM can only hope, but we will see.
Players take the reins on that.
Yes, they do.
But what if I murdered the orphanage?
That's always, and as a GM, you have to be like, well, technically you could get a lot of money for it.
I mean,
You know what I mean? I
some
guess
kind of NPCs would come and hunt you down and just be high level.
there's also consequences, but it is what it is. And I do artwork and stuff. If you can see my art on Art of Zombie Love Juice on Instagram. And I take commissions. So if you like the line art that I did there, I also do color stuff too, but I did the line art for the figures that you see here. So if you like it, maybe commission me, but if not, that's fine too. Whatever, do your thing. I can't force you to do it. I can't take your money.
I think I'm going to dig you out of this hole. All right.
Okay.
So up next is Freya.
Hi, I'm Michelle. You can find me on Twitter at Shell_game. Streaming every other Wednesday on Magardia, Titans Air, and on Saturdays over on Make Believe, 8 p.m. Eastern Saturdays. Yeah, is the Waverly 98 game. That's Bubble Gumshoe. The Titans Air is Dungeons and Dragons, and I am so happy to be back and playing two characters, finding the voice for those two. That'll, as we go on, and I fill in some blanks on the character sheet and stuff.
Oh yeah, not everyone.
Yeah.
You don't start with a fully realized character. It takes some time.
Yeah. So that is going to be intriguing. to see how the characters, you know, react to what's going on and like what they saw and everything. So yeah, it's great, you know, playing with Ting and Nerdy. You know, I like it's a new energy, a new vibe. Um, and I like that. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. All right. Thank you so much. Ting.
Ting, and I really love playing this group and having Kevin as a GM. I I love the entrance by Rohan, and just like everyone's just awestruck by them. Um, and I'm really looking forward to just just this whole game.
There's a lot of puzzles. Well, not puzzles. I'm not a huge fan of like, okay, we're all going to spend 18 minutes doing a word find in my D&D game. But there's some mysteries, I should say. Some mysteries ahead, some things to discover. And
So I'm the Ting 1000 on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I'll be playing one shot this Thursday on Utopia. We'll be playing a Quest RPG.
nice.
And then I'm running a Star Wars play-by-post Discord server,
Oh, wow.
and just recently published my first game on itch. It's a hack of what's so cool about outer space, called
feel
What's so cool about Moogles.
That's great. All right. So I guess I actually have to be me now. Hello, everybody. My name is Kevin Myers. I'm looking forward to this. I love making this world better than I found it, and by this world I mean the world of Rifts, as well as Earth. But you know that's a little harder to do some days. Anyway, you thank you all for watching. There's so much that I have planned, and so much that I will make up in the moment that I will act like I have planned. And I'm looking forward to especially the second, because
Yes.
responding to the weird things is one of my favorite things. All right. So, you can find me on the Discord here, on Twitter occasionally, and some Thursdays you can find me over on All Nerds Here, in the One Shot Short Shot show. We just did a game of what was it? Goblins in Shadow, which is a Blades in the Dark hack written by Simon, who ran the game for us. And we were a bunch of revolutionary goblins trying to overthrow the elven hierarchy that had taken over, and it was a lot of fun. Also, you can find me here. Also, my wife is a knitwear designer, and you can find her patterns at llamasandlattes.com. They do great work, or it's lattesandllamas.com. I no longer have all my links set up, so I'm just going to double check that. And llamas. There we go. Yep, lattesandllamas.com. Let me get that into the chat. I'm a professional. I'm not a professional. There we go. And continue looking for great work. Thank you all so much for joining us. As far as things go with the previous game, I believe they have announced that they're going to keep the YouTube operational for a bit, but we are also going to look at other options just to ensure continued existence for the people that are catching up by video.
The
And
videos have been saved.
yes, we have. Michelle was kind enough to be my entire backup plan. So, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
All right.
Hell yeah.
So, thank you, everybody. I'm excited to be here. I can't wait. We're already getting. I was like, I can't wait for what shenanigans we get into. All right. I could just keep saying that a million different ways, but Nerdy, do you want to do a raid, or
Yep,
are
we're
we
going to
just
be
gonna
rating Dice Priori here in a moment.
good people?
Yes, and I am glad everybody watched. I hope you come back and enjoy the stream. We will see you next week. Bye.